What is up, you guys? Welcome to the Goon Squad. This is your boy Mr. Squad. Today is Sunday, the day of rest, and our friends in retail are still busting ass out there. We have some awesome tales from retail lined up, so let's get into it. Before we get started, you know you want to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to turn on notifications so you know when the new videos go up. When you get the same customer 3 times in a row and they still don't recognize you. Hello, thank you for calling. How can I help you today? Customer shouting down the phone. I'm not a Mrs. Excuse me, ma'am? You sent me a letter today calling me a Mrs. I am a Miss. Sorry, miss, it's an error on our system. It puts people as Mrs. sometimes. There's no way to fix it currently. Put me on the phone to your manager. Me knowing that will do nothing. They're not available right now, sorry. Put me through to someone else then if you're going to be so rude about it. Sorry, no one else is available. We're very busy. Even so, they would tell you the same thing. Hangs up. 1 minute later. Hello and thank you for calling. How can I help? Right, I just had the worst person who answered me. She insulted me and abused me. Me recognizing her voice. Okay, miss, what is the issue? Repeats her problem. Repeats my answer. That's it, put me on with the manager. She's not available right now. Put me on with the man. I have a unisex name and a feminine sounding voice. This guy's probably out here named Casey. Struggling to think of a proper response to that. Sorry, miss, but he would have to tell you the same thing as well. Hangs up. Another minute passes. Hello, thank you for calling. How can I help? Right, put me on with your manager. Miss, I've already told you we can't fix this issue right now and my manager is not available. Hangs up. Ugh. What's up? Just had a woman almost screaming down the phone at me because we can't put miss on her account. Oh, we fixed that issue. Oh. Talked with the person who ended up talking she was trying to get with the mailman, as she kept mentioning him every time she called. After her account title was fixed, she cried down the phone to my coworker. That was her second day working here. But if the mail is addressed Mrs., then the mailman would think she's married and any flirting would be taken the wrong way. Honestly, screaming at a customer service rep over the phone was probably her only option. The mailman wants to deliver the mail, but the recipient wants to receive their package. Happened yesterday. I'm a cashier at the local grocery store. We sell wine and beer as well. Now, when we first started selling it, we had to look at everyone's ID no matter the age. Since time has gone by, we only look at IDs from anyone that looks under 25. Other than that, we just ask for a birthday. Our system is set up so that the registers won't let you continue until we put in a birthday. So, on with the story. This lady came up with what I assume were her 2 kids. The older one was helping unload the cart. I noticed he was touching the beer. I asked him for his date of birth, 1997. I responded with, then I'll need to see some ID. This is when all hell broke loose. AM, angry mom. S, supervisor. Me, obvious. If you don't have ID, then I can't give you the beer. Angry mom. What? I'm going to be paying, so he shouldn't have to show ID. Me. But he touched it and I don't know if he's going to be drinking it later. I'm just following policy. Angry mom. That shouldn't matter. I'm the one paying. I'm old enough. I'm buying it all. Me. Give me a minute. As I call my supervisor to explain the situation, she's still yelling at me. I tuned her out at this point. Me to supervisor on the phone. I have a guy here born in 97 with no ID. Supervisor watching situation at a distance. Is she buying it? Me. Yes. Supervisor. Just give it to her. Are you sure? Yeah. Me. Back to customer. She said I can sell it to you, so date of birth. I just wanted to finish the order and get her the hell away from me. All I could hear was her yelling at the kid about how he needs to always have his ID on him. I used to work at a gas station a few years ago, so obviously we got a lot of questionable people coming in on a regular basis. But there was this one woman who we just called Crazy Lady. Mean, I know, but it was a well-deserved nickname that takes the gold for craziest customer I've ever seen. This isn't the most insane story involving her, but it's my favorite to tell. So my shift had just ended and I was buying a few things while chatting with a coworker. I'll call him Steve. While he was ringing me up, Crazy Lady bursts through the doors, slams $4 down, and rudely tells him to put it on the pump she was at. We were kind of used to her at this point, so we just roll our eyes. Steve suspends my transaction so he can put the money on her pump and then goes back to ringing me out. I had just swiped my card when we see Crazy Lady rushing back to the store. We share an "oh god, what now" look. She looked extremely upset as she once again slams the doors open and says, "I gave you $4. Steve and I shared a confused look as he looks at the monitor where it shows the pumps in use and the amount being pumped, before he replies with, "Yes ma'am, I put that on your pump." Crazy Lady snaps back with, "No you didn't, it only said 167. I gave you $4, not 167. Now, our pumps had a bad habit of freezing from time to time while fuel was being pumped, but it was never for more than a couple of seconds. So I can only assume that her pump froze, and she took it as being done without actually waiting to see if it was. Steve again looked down at the monitor to see that all $4 had indeed been pumped. He explains to her that sometimes our pumps froze up, and if she went back outside, she would see that all $4 had been pumped. She replies with, "It better be." She started to turn around when something on the counter catches her eye. She adds, still extremely aggressively, "Did you guys get my application?" Again, we have no idea what she's talking about. "For the credit card," she screams, pointing to the fuel rewards cards we kept on the counters for our customers. "I put in an application and nobody ever got back to me." In order to activate your rewards card, you have to register it online. But it's just a rewards card that saves you money on gas and other items if you come in a lot, not a credit card. Steve explains as much and says her card should be good to go if she registered online. Crazy Lady huffs, rolls her eyes, and snaps, "I guess I'll need another one of these then," snatching a card from the counter. She takes 2 steps out the door before she whirls around, pushes the door back open, and screams, "And next time, tell that bastard to put it in my hair." Steve and I just stand there speechless for a few moments, wondering what the fuck just happened before we burst out laughing. I absolutely hated that job, but having stories like these to share almost made it worth it. We saw after she pulled away that the pump she had used was still showing that it was in use, despite it being done pumping. I walked out to see that the nozzle was on the ground, a puddle of gasoline surrounding it. Apparently when she came in to scream at us, she had dropped the pump but left it pumping. So everything after that 167 that she saw spilled onto the ground. I assumed the word bitch, but when I got to the ARD, my brain read bitchard. The Spanish form is bitchardo. This happened a while ago and I haven't been able to post it until now. A guy came in to return a phone because he said it wouldn't activate. So I did a return on it, and once he leaves I open it and find out he's exchanged his old phone for a new one. Me and my boss were not too happy with this because we couldn't resell an obviously used phone. So we decided to wait for the guy to come back to tell him he would not be allowed back for stealing our phone and replacing it with an old one. But then I saw the battery was still in the box and decided to put it back in. Lo and behold, the phone came on. Not only that, but it had a lock screen. Added bonus, it didn't have a lock on it. I swipe up and found out it was still logged into the guy's Facebook, where we found his name and that he was buying meth from a friend and multiple other drugs. Then we went through his messages, found more drug exchange talks, and a message of him saying he would exchange his old phone for a new one and get the money for the new one back. We called the police, showed them everything, and were called later saying he was arrested, and once he was free, he was not allowed back into our store. This was the most satisfying thing in the world, especially since the store I work at gets items stolen from them all the time. I work at a big box home improvement store, and while I've had some interesting customers, yesterday's takes the cake. I was passing by the hardware aisles when I noticed a guy standing around with the oh so familiar, "I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm too proud to ask for help, so I'm just going to stand here until someone asks me what I need" expression. So I walked over and asked him. He will be CG for Crazy Guy, and I will be M. "Hi, did you need any help with anything?" "I need a circular saw blade for my trimmer." "Oh, those will be by the lawnmowers. I can take you there." "Nah, I fixed this up myself, and I want a big blade so I can cut my grass real quick." I paused and thought, maybe I'd misheard. Maybe he misspoke. No one can be crazy enough to mod their weed whacker with saw blades, right? So you modded your weed whacker, and now you want to attach saw blades to it? Yeah. Yep, someone is that crazy. Whackers with saw blades are a thing though, so maybe he knew what he was doing. I lead him along the aisle to the blades and begin to search. "Do you know the diameter of your protective cover? If the blade is bigger, it won't..." "I took the cover off." I don't need no cover, I'm just trying to get my grass cut real quick. I looked at him. It had to be a joke. His disgruntled expression told me that no, it wasn't a joke. Well, we have some 3-inch. That's the biggest you got? At this point, I considered my options. I really didn't want to be partially responsible for some idiot's death, but I also knew he wouldn't leave without his damn blade. Well, honestly, I can't condone using a saw blade on a modded whacker without a guard. That is extremely dangerous, but this 10-inch 60-tooth over here should do the job. This'll cut my grass? Externally, it'll cut wood. I have no doubt it'll cut grass. Internally, and bones and muscle. A crazy guy bought his blades and went on his merry way. I've been looking at the news every so often for any freak accidents involving weed whackers. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Comment below and tell me if you have any crazy stories. Make sure to like this video so hopefully a Karen sees it, learns a thing or two about being a good person, and maybe we can save a life. Don't forget I post daily, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. Join the Goon Squad so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.